Well, hello, Cancer. Welcome to your November reading. This is actually your mid November reading. So, just so you know, this is the second one of the month. It may resonate with you, it may not, because it may be your all November reading and the other may not. It may be a piggyback for you, depending on where your energy is, um, or it may not resonate at all, as I said before. So, just go with the flow and see if it feels good for you. Okay. All right. So let's jump right in. Cancer, see what we got for you. Okay, Cancer. Oh, we have teacher in reverse. Okay. Teacher, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, Cancer. It feels like holding on to something. Like holding on to a thought, holding on to an idea, holding on to something instead of like moving away from it or not focusing on the negative aspect of it. So it's like you need to be ready to move on from something that you're holding on to for dear life, you know? And by letting that thing go or that idea go, it will release some of the tension. Okay, so we have Angel of Balance and the Thinking Man. Time for reassessment, Cancer. You know how sometimes you can come to conclusions about things, like an assessment, and then you're like, okay, this is the assessment of the situation, right? But I feel like the situation, the people have changed within it. So it's time for a new assessment. You know, it's like you can't keep holding on to the same thoughts, the same issues. It's more like it's time to take action, to rethink something. But let's see. Okay. Protected by angels, you are cherished by angels. So don't worry. Begin now. Take your first steps. There's the action card. And narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. So, what are you trying to create here? There's a need to reassess so you can actually get to the goal. And there's no need to be afraid of the change or of opening up enough to reassess, you know? Because there's a sense of vulnerability that happens when we do reassess the situation. Eight of Cups, Judgment, Nine of Cups, Nine of Coins, Eight of Coins, the Moon, Knight of Spears, Star, Five of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Death. Okay. So overall energy, let's talk about that first. We have the Three of Wands and the Death card. This is interesting because this tells me that you're trying to move forward. You know, it's like you're trying to move forward without letting something go. So you're holding on to something, a thought, a process, and it's affecting your actions. And that's the path that you're on right now. Interesting. Trying to move forward, trying to look towards the future, but you've hit some sort of wall, some sort of block where you need to make changes. Mm-hmm. Or your plans for the future will fall apart. So there's some sort of action that needs to take place here. So major arcana, we have the death, we have judgment, the moon, and the star. That's a lot. So there needs to be change, right? I feel like your environment is going to show you that. But I do see a little bit of anxiety around change. And there's a need for you to take action even when it feels like there's no hope. But a lot of that is due to fear, which is why it's connected to the moon. Okay. It looks like a choice was made not in your favor, Cancer. And I feel like that got you down. And you thought to yourself, well, forget it. I don't need this. And a lot of this has to do with you being overly emotional about it and feeling like you were waiting for this to happen for the betterment of your life. It could have been a job, it could have been an opportunity, and you're like, now that I don't have this, now that this choice is not made towards me, then forget it. And it could be that you're also just waiting for a choice, like waiting for a decision and not getting it yet. And you're getting tired. And you're like, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I need to make some changes, whatever. So I do feel like it is getting you a little bit like disillusioned as far as what's for you and what's not for you. So now I get this energy of just kind of floating in the abyss of what to do next. Because from the Eight of Coins in reverse, there's not much that you can do. There's not much that you can put effort towards, and it feels like this job, let's say a job in general, doesn't show much interest to you. Or a person. It could be a person that's not showing much interest to you. So you're like, well, what can I do? I'm just going to distance myself emotionally from this situation. It's interesting because this all feels like a misunderstanding just due to the impact it has on your emotions. So this is like, okay, this person isn't listening to me. That means they don't care about what I say. So I'm going to stop talking. Or this person told me they needed time to gather their thoughts. This means that they're not interested in me. I'm just going to go about my business. I'm going to leave, whatever. This is a job not calling you back and you're thinking, okay, well, it's been a month. They're not interested. I'm just going to act like it didn't happen. But I feel like the misunderstanding is that it almost feels like the choice is made in your favor, whether you know it or not. It's just that you don't have control to see that. You don't know. It's like you're in the dark of what's happening. There's some sort of action that you need to take. We'll get into a little bit more of what that is. It's like you need to take a bolder step, a braver step. Something out of the context of what you would normally do. Braver is what I'm getting. Something with courage. Because right now it seems like the other person feels like you're not interested. The job feels like you're not interested anymore. It almost, because you've sort of like disconnected from it. It's very interesting, especially with the Five of Cups in reverse, because it's like you can overcome some sort of obstacle right now, Cancer, and get what it is that you want because it seems like it's for you if you want it. Yeah. Someone feels like you don't care. Like it's not important to you because you're not contacting them or you're not active or you kind of detached yourself from the situation waiting on a choice, which is making them feel like you don't care if they choose you anyway. Interesting. And that feels very much like a huge misunderstanding. It's a huge misunderstanding. Uh, both sides are basing this on emotion and not facts, you know? Yeah. Either the job or this person wants you to put more work in or be more happy with them. They want to feel like you really want this, that you're going to be there for a long time, that you're dedicated, that you're involved. That's the thing, right? But I feel like you're disconnecting yourself, yeah, because of your emotions. You have high emotions about this situation. You don't want to be hurt and you're not feeling confident right now. So all of that is adding together into what it is that you're feeling. Yeah, take some sort of action. I feel like you need to be heard. The truth is that you need to be heard. But I feel like you're thinking, I don't want to say something and cause an issue or bother them or something like that. But really, something needs to be said, something needs to be done. Yeah, that's interesting. There's like it's like right now the energy from their side is that you've made this choice. It's like you've made this choice to sort of let this go, like you wouldn't be able to handle it, but you can handle it. You can handle it. Um, you can. Also, this is a good time to start setting realistic goals in your financial space. Yeah, it's time to get back to focusing on your finances, right? Um, so you don't want to hide from bills and problems and issues and just later be like, well, I have the money now, so I'll think about it when I don't. Yeah, think about money and finances when you are comfortable, not when you're not. Let me see what else. Some of you are at a job you really don't like and you're waiting for the other one to call. But like I said, it feels like you're taking away effort from this job that you are at because you know you're going to leave whenever they call you. Right now, yeah, I feel like for those of you in that situation right now, Cancer, you're a little bit like what am I supposed to do next? You know, like, am I supposed to stay here? Do I need to figure out how to like this job more? Do I need to look for another one? Am I going to get this other one? I feel like there's a lot of questions surrounding that. But you don't know. You're not clear on what direction to go in. So I just see a lot of confusion there. Yeah, I see a lot of heightened emotional energy as well. Needing to take care of yourself. Self care will be good for you this month, to get rid of those negative feelings and negative thoughts. You don't want your negative emotions to turn into negative thoughts and then negative actions. So that's what I'm seeing here. This is a chance for you to change that. Okay. So let's see some spiritual energy. Yeah. All you can do is speak your mind right now, Cancer, and hope for the best, right? Um, it feels like it's not going in the direction in the way that you thought it would, but at least you're speaking up for yourself, you know? Take some actions to achieve the things you speak. It's like if you speak it, put it into action, you know, to sort of get the will of manifestation happening for you. And then once you know that that you did all that you can, release it. Okay. Don't obsess over it because you know you've done all you can. This is just making sure in November that you've done all that you can. Okay. All right. So I love you, Cancer. Talk to you later. Okay. Bye bye.